your mind right and make this work. Let's go to work. Come on. Everything you down last round. Everything you down. Go get it, go get it.
Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Welcome into GCU Softball Stadium. Next to Dewey Jeffries, I'm Alex Larson, bringing you the final games of the Lopes Up Classic here. Kind of weird, obviously. We've been talking about on a Tuesday, but 2 games against Valpo here. And Dewey, what do we look forward to today? Only 2 losses in this Lopes Up Classic, so if they can sweep it, they can really be above 500.
Absolutely. The Lopes did a really good job last game against South Dakota when they won that rematch game 12-3. They did a really good job coming together as a team and being in sync, absolutely, with Alexa Coons pitching, Nikki Gonzalez and Sierra just doing an absolute fantastic job all together. The whole team working and really setting apart from the rest of the teams in this Lopes Up Classic.
Yeah, you're right. And on the mound today for each team, in the first game, I should say, at least a defensive matchup. Alexa Coons for the Lopes, 6-1 with a 3.36 ERA, and on the other side, Kenzie Grossman for the Crusaders at 5-1 with a 1.43 ERA. Grossman 34.1 innings pitched, and Coons 41.2. So they've already established their numbers, and it's consistent now for each of them.
Absolutely. Alexa Coons has definitely shown a lot of improvement since the beginning of the season with her pitching, being more comfortable up on the mound, being more comfortable with the team supporting her behind her, and just making sure she's beginning to be more accurate and more concise with her pitching.
Well, not only the record of 6-1, but based on other statistics, it could be argued that Coons now has taken over the top spot on this pitching staff. But the one problem as you look at the stat line for her, the walks and strikeouts, you always like to see more strikeouts than walks on the season, but here 29 walks and 26 strikeouts. So it's going to be interesting to see how she handles the Crusaders today, because this is a team that is very capable. They're at 9-4, and they have only lost once here in Arizona, and that was 2-1 against UNLV.
Absolutely. That UNLV game against Valpo definitely stuck Valpo out a little bit against GCU comparatively, and the Lopes are definitely going to have to earn their way into this game. It's not just going to be a walk in the park.
Well, the lineups for the Crusaders at second, Carly Trepanier, and center, Taylor Lawson. At short, Jamie Lawton. That's going to be a differentiation we're going to have to make all day. Catching is Jenna Stauffenberg, third baseman Addie Burke, the designated player Hannah Dabalski, the right fielder Lainey Callahan.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you
first baseman Jasmine Ramirez, and the left fielder Morgan Madeline. Now let's go to the national anthem.
our national anthem.
Pretty good timing bringing you the Valpo starting lineup, but just had to make sure that we didn't cut out that national anthem. And the first pitch on the field is going to be special. We'll take an eye on that. We'll take a look at that before introducing you to the GCU Lopes.
and diagnostic disabilities. Here at Grand Canyon University, we have 45 volunteers in the Best Buddies program that dedicate their time to the Valley's very own IDD community. Please welcome to the field the Best Buddies Phoenix Region. And now to throw out the first pitch, please welcome Joey Mendez.
At second for the Lopes, Loriane Olson. At short, Shea Smith. At third, Twin Sierra. In center, Laney Gomez, the designated player. Batting fifth, Jordan Keaton. That's a shakeup in the lineup we'll talk about after with Dewey. And the catcher, Nikki Gonzalez. First baseman, Bianca Bowling. Left fielder, Maddie Dowdle. And rounding out, batting ninth in right field, Taylor Kay. Also someone you don't see in there all the time, Dewey.
Absolutely. You know, Jordan Keaton with a 360 batting average so far. Been at bat 25 times. But starting out, when this being her first year, she's really doing an incredible job. The whole season coming up into this Lopes Up Classic, she's really been standing out among some of the other players, and she has definitely earned that first spot, that fifth spot in the Lopes batting lineup.
Yeah, right you are. She has earned it, and all the way up there, like you said, batting number 5, and in there as well, you see Taylor Kay batting 341, 44 at bats. So they'll look to keep the production going. So far, GCU in the Lopes Up Classic, a 10-1 loss to South Dakota, 8-6 loss to a defensive bout, UNLV, who was all about pitching all tournament long, and then 2 wins against Princeton, the defending Ivy, 2 year in a row Ivy League champs, Princeton Tigers, 11-2 and 6-2, and then South Dakota, like you said, Dewey, coming back to a 12-3 win against the Coyotes.
Absolutely. Like we said before, that South Dakota game really was a redemption shot for the Lopes. Sierra Smith played a huge role in that game with the 3-run homer in that bottom of the third, giving the Lopes that winning 12 points. You saw Nikki Gonzalez with that grand slam as well, giving them that lead so early on in the game. And like I said before, Alexa Coons really establishing herself at the beginning of that game. In that whole first inning, she shut them down, and that is the kind of sync and the kind of teamwork that the Lopes are going to need to definitely display today against Valpo.
Yeah, and as you say that, waiting for everyone to get off the field. And Carly Trepanier, the second baseman, steps in to start off this game for the Crusaders. Batting 261, here's the first pitch, up the middle, base hit, and we talked about this was going to be an offensive bout. Here it is.
Straight off the bat, literally.
Yeah.
Carly gets herself on the first base.
Well, these Crusaders already warmed up. First pitch swinging against Coons, and that'll give you confidence along with the whole lineup.
Both teams have almost the perfect setting right now to play this game. As here in Phoenix, Arizona, it's a perfect 75 with a bunt right there, and she gets out at first.
That's a very nicely executed bunt, though. I mean, 2 pitches are now an out for GCU, so you're going to get used to the Crusaders swinging early and often and really trying to execute like they just did there with the sack bunt.
One thing that definitely stands out between them and other teams is that when they see the opportunity to hit, they will do it. They will not take their time and be patient as other teams often do.
Yeah, no patience at all whatsoever so far, as the third pitch just misses high, but the 3-spot hitter, Jamie Lawton, is going to be looking to swing this bat, batting 425, 21 RBI. She is a huge playmaker on this Crusaders lineup. On the way, pitch outside, 2-0.
We want to see a little bit more from Alexa Coons in the fact that in the beginning of the game, she wants to establish herself really early on so that she can be warmed up. A hit right there. And
Smith over to first, got her. So just what you said, maybe not necessarily from the get-go doing it, but 2 quick outs now, and 2 quick outs, and they already had someone going quickly to the bullpen, Morrison, but that'll be probably dismissed very quickly, as now there's 2 outs, and the 4 spot, Stauffenberg comes to bat. No one to back pick at second, though. Gonzalez wanted to throw it down, but no one was there.
Stauffenberg going again.
Don't think she's going to bunt it here. Don't see the point of it. It's the 4 spot doesn't have enough speed. That pitch inside, 1-1.
Always want to be careful with those inside pitches as well. I've seen batters swing on those, and the closer it is, the more likely it is to pop up and hit you in the arm, and that's one of those dangerous decision makers. That one far to the outside.
Yeah, Coons not to worry though so far. 2-1 here, 2 outs. Another pitch, and she will be out of it. Come set now to delivery. Popped up, that one's gonna get out of play, foul. And actually, funnily, or kind of a side fact, the other day, I believe Saturday, a play was made in NCAA Division I softball, and ball was trailing foul. Right fielder went through the gate, and it was not a hit because it was out of play. So you don't see that all the time, right? She ran right through the wall, right? And she still caught it.
That's definitely a very new situation, but definitely makes for a good replay later on.
Yeah, it was a top 10 play, too, even though it wasn't a catch. 3-2, 2 outs on the way. Fouled back.
Full count, 2 outs. Alexa Kuhn looking to get out of this one nice and early.
On the ground, a second. That should do it, and it is.
And that'll be it.
So after an early struggle for Coons, the first pitch up the middle, they get out of it, and we'll go to the Lopes bottom half of the first.
Support the dance department at the Spring Student Spotlight Dance Concert. Enjoy inspirational choreography performed by GCU students and celebrate the arts. March 13th and 14th in Thunderground. One thing I can definitely say for sure is that the arts program here at GCU is definitely growing in a big way. A lot of what comes out of that department has increasingly gotten better over the years, and seeing what the students can put together definitely shows just what these students at GCU can do.
Speaking of getting better, Coons definitely improving there. Confidence wasn't shaken at all, and a quick out off the sacrifice bunt. The leadoff, Trepanier, got over to second, but 3 outs and she's out of the inning, and now a chance for the offense to get on the board.
Absolutely. You can tell the confidence in herself is growing, as well as even with a couple of mistakes, she's not getting shaken up by those mistakes. She's just resetting and going on. Every pitch is a different pitch. Every time she goes up to the mound is a different instance, and so she's taking that energy and being able to go and do it and restart over every time again as a fresh pitcher.
Well, for the Crusaders on the mound, number 24, Kenzie Grossman. Grossman, like we said, a 5-1 win-loss with a 1.43 ERA. 6 walks and 26 strikeouts. This is going to be a pitcher unlike the Lopes I've ever seen.
That may be good for the Lopes, however, with all of the hits going straight down. That'll give them the opportunity to hit. We have some very powerful hitters on our batting lineup, and instead of having to worry about being walked, they can take those hits and those right down the middle shots and do something with them.
You're exactly right, and here's stepping in Lorianne Olson. Don't be surprised if you see first pitch swinging, and there it was, but getting ahead in the count is Grossman, and that pitch is certainly coming. Grossman, a senior, finishing it out here with the Crusaders on the ground, a short. Throw over to first, and Olsen quickly retired by the shortstop Lawton.
But just like you said, Alex, that quick chance to bat, the quick opportunity
shortstop, Shea Smith.
to swing at every opportunity pretty much.
Yeah, they're going to see a lot of strikes, essentially. And here comes Shea Smith batting .429, 70 at-bats, .629 slugging, and a .512 on-base percentage. She does not mess around, and looking to get on Grossman early here. Pitch outside. It's in there for a strike. Didn't see a definitive call. 0-2, and she is throwing fast. You don't see a lot of off-speed pitches so far for Grossman. She's just throwing them right at him. On the way outside.
And like we were saying, Alex, those right down the middle pitches are going to be crucial for the Lopes to take advantage of, because they don't see that very often, and it'll be different for them to be able to be in the mindset to swing at more bats than having to be conscious of if the ball is going to go inside or outside. As that one just did right there outside.
Yeah, Grossman really a pitcher that trusts her #1 pitch and comes straight at you. And behind that, Stauffenberg really gets the ball back fast to Grossman. She likes to work quickly and keep it going. On the way, that one barely tapped. No one covering first. Smith's going to get there. So poor defensive play by the Crusaders and no communication, and Shea Smith is on.
Absolutely. When you see both the pitcher and the first baseman leave their positions to go after the ball and nobody recovers that first baseman's spot where you need them to be, that is automatically an on base for Shea right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the second baseman's job right there. It was on Trepanier to come around and get that, but did not do that. Now Smith is going to be a threat to take off, as Sierra can always drop down a bunt, now batting in the 3 spot. Used to 1 and 2 now, but Gomez now in the 4 spot, and Olsen to lead off for GCU. And like we talked about, Keaton batting 5. So the lineup shaking up a little bit. On the way, chopped to short. Eats the throw, and an infield single.
Another poor defensive play by Valpo. The ball was caught, but nothing was done with it. Both players were basically watched getting to their bases.
Well, you got to know where you are in the field and what the situation is, and Lawton did not do that, and now Gomez steps in, and she's batting .309, only 1 out. Smith's on first and second here on infield singles apiece. First pitch outside.
Lainey Gomez batting a .309, 68 at-bats. Another experienced batter for the Lopes.
Well, the one thing you saw right there with that swing, Gomez swinging when essentially the ball was already in the back of the glove, way behind it. You can tell they're not used to this velocity. That swing was nowhere close. Pitch outside. The outside's been called early, but not there. 2-1. Gomez working with 14 RBIs. 2 long balls. Put down a bunt, nowhere close to that one. Hands weren't even close to the ball, and waves at it for strike 2. I'll tell you what, Dewey, coming from the baseball games and the tournament, GCU, I was there all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, playing CSUN and Valpo. The Valpo's uniform department doesn't mess around.
Definitely, they have very similar looking uniforms, both the teams do, the baseball and softball teams.
Number 22.
But they put a lot of work and a lot of effort in the design of those uniforms for sure.
They had gray tops, and I'm not even sure what kind of gray you describe that as Gomez struck out way behind. She's going to have to go back to the dugout and time it up because that was not a good at-bat as the first pitch to Keaton misses inside.
This will be Keaton's time to shine right here. 5th at-bat with both the Smiths on 2nd and 1st.
Yeah, and with 2 outs, too. On the way, that one outside, 2-0, good eye. Well, if Keaton can find a way on board, you get the bases loaded, and Nikki Gonzalez comes to the plate, always a threat when she steps to the dish. Swung on and missed inside, and that was way too far inside, but deceived on the off-speed pitch there, it seemed, as Keaton had no clue where that one was going.
This is definitely an opportunity for the Lopes to really stand out in this first.
Yeah, that pitch right there, the same exact spot she swung at. I was hoping she wouldn't swing at it there.
Her eyes getting a little better, paying attention to that inside pitch. It's been inside for most of these pitches for this at-bat right now. Jordan Keaton. That's straight down the middle. Full count, 3, 2, and 2 outs.
Just same scenario really as last inning with Valpo at the plate and on the base path, but only a runner on second for them. So the Lopes threatening a little bit more here thanks to 2 defensive mistakes, not technically errors, but definitely poor plays by the Crusaders and plays that a Division I player should be expected to make, as Keaton fouls that one alive outside with a full count remaining.
Smart move on her to swing at that one. That one looked straight down the middle. If she hadn't, that probably would have been it for the Lopes.
Yeah, and you see her off the plate a little bit. You gotta swing at everything close here with 3-2, 2 outs, especially runners on first and second. Swung on and missed inside, and I'll tell you what, that inside pitch is the one she takes something off of, and it's been deceiving all the GCU hitters so far. And that's the 2nd time Keaton's swung on it, missed way inside on the body.
That'll be something to keep in mind, too, as you switch back and forth between your left and your right-handed batters.
3-2, misses for ball 4, and now the scenario, which we talked about may happen, is happening. Gonzalez comes up. There are 2 outs, but the sacks are full.
This could be a repeat of what happened in that South Dakota game. 2 outs, and if Nikki Gonzalez can hit a home run, that'll be a grand slam, another 2-out grand slam for Nikki Gonzalez. Early on in this game is still the bottom of the 1st inning. That one right down the middle.
Yeah, that was the pitch she would have wanted to swing at. Seems like the first pitch is the heat right down, straight down the pipe, but taking that one for the strike 1, and now second pitch on the way. Inside, strike 2, now down in the count early, and this is where you really are at the disadvantage because Grossman can come at you with the speed. She can come at you with I think speed and heat combined, but she can come at you with the off-speed pitch inside. So Gonzalez has got to be ready for anything here.
Absolutely. Switches it up a little bit. That one goes way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, not getting her to chase there. Good job by Gonzalez, realizing that she's got a couple waste pitches here up in the count this much and this early, so. Way outside again, trying to get her to chase.
She knows, Grossman knows that Gonzalez is going to want to hit and get a chance for somebody to come around home. She's teasing her with those outsides.
Yeah, just trying to get her tap out. Here comes the next pitch. That one turned on inside, fouled down the third base line. 2-2.
The amount of focus, the amount of pressure that is on this right now for Nikki Gonzalez is pretty intense, given that you have 2 outs and 2 strikes, and 1 mistake could put this excellent opportunity to rest, and that is not something she wants to happen.
Yeah, wanting to get ahead early on this team in the first inning. Tap to the pitcher, that will do it. And the inning is over. So 2 hits on for the Smiths, and the GCU Lopes will leave the bases full. Will go to the top of the second, 0-0.
Bethany, I'm a junior here at GCU. Students are making a huge impact on the Valley just through painting the Valley purple. It really means a lot to people in Phoenix to hear that somebody's from GCU. It almost gives you like credentials because they know that you're a good kid and that you're gonna go far. I definitely think GCU is preparing me for my future and teaching students and being a difference maker in the lives of other people.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, the 2018 WAC Basketball Tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. March 7th through 10th, 14 games, 4 days of WAC madness. Be there for the triumph. Get your tickets now at gculopes.com. See you in WAC.
So we're back for the top of the second inning. The Lopes strand the bases loaded, but 2 dinky little hits for the Smiths result in singles, and Gonzalez had a chance with 2 outs, but could only tap it out to Grossman. And now we'll see Andy Burke, the third baseman, after going quickly in the top half. The Crusaders are going to look to keep it going here in the bottom half. I should say in the next inning after Trepanier singled up the middle first pitch. That one's good for a strike outside.
Strong first pitch by Coons. Andy Burke, like you said, up to bat, batting .308. Been at bat 39 times. Another fairly experienced batter for Valpo.
Yeah, you kind of, it's a good stat to look at because, you know, especially early in the season with some of these teams not playing all their games, a ton of games yet. You know, a batting average or an ERA can be very high or very low, but if it's only in a couple innings, that one almost hitting Burke. I don't know how she got out of the way of that, but
very quick reflexes.
To keep, you know, to add on to that, it doesn't really seem. Oh. I lost the word I was going to say for it exactly as I'm so worried about Burke getting out of the way of that. I thought that hit her.
It almost looked like it did. I think it just was like just on the inside between her and the catcher. But
because I thought I saw the ball move after she backed out of the way, and I was going to say physically that's impossible unless there's an airbender out there with the ball. But I don't think that's real either. I think that's just avatars. The next pitch rung her up.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter if it hit her or not. A casualty of the strikeout, and that is the start that Coons wanted.
First out in the second inning as Hannah Dabalski comes up to bat.
Deceiving would be the word. Back to what I was saying. Deceiving. You only have a couple innings of play, and it's really low. Well, as a statistician, you see that, or as an analyst, you see that and say, you know, oh, well, she's not doing so good. But if they haven't had time to get into it, you know, they haven't really been able to prove. And you see Coons and Grossman both on the mound, 34.1 and 41.2 innings. That's you've been able to get into your groove by then.
Absolutely. And it definitely really shows not just how much they play, but how much they're comfortable after they've been out there enough times, whether you're at bat or whether you're on the mound, being there pitching or batting, you have the experience and you're more comfortable on the performance stage. And looking at from a performance point of view, you're on the stage and you're performing in this moment, and you're more comfortable with whatever the situation is going to be, whether it be, you know, a ball or a strike, or you get hit with a ball. Your reaction will be more attuned to your experience having been up there more times.
Speaks to confidence as well, and Dabalski ahead in the count 3-1. Coons Gets her to fly out. Coming on to make the play out there and left is Dowdle, as we didn't know if maybe it was going to be taken in center by Gomez because it was kind of behind short but close to second. So Dowdle calling her off, and a beautiful play.
Absolutely. She got all the way across to that center area, that midfield no man's land as we call it, and snagged that ball out for the second out.
Coons just keeps rolling right along here as Lainey Callahan steps in, the 7th spot and right fielder.
That one just a bit outside.
Yeah, trailed way outside. It seems like each pitcher is trying to work the outside part of the plate, but not working, as Coons now to 21 pitches. And looking to get out of the inning, and it looks like she'll do it. The fly ball, Smith takes it, and a 1-2-3 inning for Coons. So she continues to roll right along, and now the Lopes look to capitalize offensively.
Absolutely. That start of the game really stuck out for her. But don't forget to get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use the promo code GCUTV20 to get 20% off just for being a GCU TV viewer. That's Paint the Valley Purple. Lopes up.
Coming back out, Kenzie Grossman, after not really surrendering hits that were her fault. They were hits on the score sheet, but Shea Smith barely tapped the ball, and it was a miscommunication, obviously. Might as well have been a bunt. And then Sierra Smith, the play eaten over there at short. So she's done very well. She has had a walk. She walked Keaton, but a strikeout. And other than that, just weak ground balls from GCU.
Absolutely. And although the hitting may not be as strong as it was the last game in this past first inning, the defense from Valpo also was struggling a little bit as well, as even for those weak hits, Valpo was not able to stop the Lopes from getting onto base, as both the Smith twins got onto base after that.
Let's see how they do this inning as Bianca Bowling steps in, batting .245. She'll be the 7th spot in the lineup. Callahan gets the first pitch. Oh, and misses. I thought that was a strike. She's called that a strike before, but not quite there, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, the umpires must have some really meticulous. Ooh.
Yeah, chopped right to Callahan, over to first. And Bowling is retired.
Strong effort from Bowling, though. Like we said at the beginning, we're going to see a lot of strikes and a lot of foul balls and a lot of hits between these two teams, as they're both fairly offensively aggressive.
Well, Maddie Dowdle stepping in and looking back at the at-bats, a weak ground out to short. As Dowdle way behind that, Shea Smith tapped it to first. Might as well be a bunt, like we said. Sierra Smith, a weak ground ball to short. Gomez struck out. Keaton walked. Gonzalez barely rolled over it to the pitcher. And then Bowling just barely got any of the ball to the pitcher there. So GCU nowhere really even close while they had the bases loaded to getting a hit. I shouldn't say that because they do have 2 hits. A real hit, you know what I mean? A solid hit. And again, that one's just tapped out of the base path, so she's out. And this entire lineup has almost just tapped it weakly into the infield.
Absolutely. Kind of like what we were saying, given the fact that the ball is more often going straight down the middle, that gives them more opportunities to hit. But in that sense, they go after the ball prematurely, which gives them that little chip right there instead of being able to concisely think about it and accurately hit the ball where they want it to go.
Yeah, well, Kay was not able to get that ball where she wanted to go. A bunt attempt behind, and it's a strike for 0-1. Next pitch there, that one, just misses. Sometimes you can't tell back there with Tracy Hart behind the plate. She'll call it, but then she'll wait to do the hand motion, so you kind of have to give it a second.
We're sitting at 1 ball, 1 strike. Another bunt attempt for Taylor Kay.
And now she's going to have to swing away, and Grossman looking for a strikeout here because a bunt and a foul out would obviously mean a strikeout, so I don't think Kay's going to do that. So expect a pitch ahead, and Grossman goes back to the rosin bag a lot. Swung on and missed, barely fluttered at. And Valpo has got GCU's numbers so far. We'll go to the top of the 3rd after this.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
Top of the 3rd inning, Alexa Coons getting ready to throw to Jasmine Ramirez, the first baseman, batting number 8, and only giving up 1 hit, and that on the first swing of the game.
Number 2, Jasmine Ramirez.
We're moving forward now. Ramirez goes up to bat.
That one
would have been an excellent,
I was
would
just
have
about to
been an
say.
absolutely perfect hit if it hadn't rolled out of bounds or been called foul.
That one would have rolled into the corner for 2 at least. Coons, the pitch count at 24. 1 hit surrendered. That one misses outside for ball 1.
Ramirez a little bit less experienced on this batting lineup for Valpo, but with one of the better hits, 2 of the better hits actually that we've seen from the whole Valpo lineup.
Yeah, only batting a $150, 20 at bats, and slugging percentage of the same, on base percentage of 261. So the reason why she's batting at number 8, but hoping she can get out of this funk as the 1-2 from Coons looks to retire. Oh, almost got her chasing, but not quite.
That windup from Coons is always really deceiving as well. She has a very powerful windup, and sometimes she'll let it go really softly, and other times she'll launch it at you like a rocket.
2-2. That one tapped off. Bowling makes the catch in foul territory to retire Ramirez and go to the 9 spot.
Coons continuing to do well in this game so far.
Yeah, really well. I mean, comparable to Grossman, who is a senior. So, stepping in now, Morgan Madeline taking first ball for a strike. Madeline batting .286. Only 1 RBI. Squares to bunt. Pulls back. Sees that one go in high.
Seeing Coons pitch like this and just seeing the improvement from the beginning of the season to now kind of gets you to wonder where she's going to be at in a year, 2 years, 3 years from now.
Think Taylor Nolan. She is hopefully, and as they are expecting, the pitcher of the future and the player of the future. Barely tapped to first, but foul.
One ball, 2 strikes, and still 1 out. As Morgan Madeline is still up to bat.
1-2 inside, not gonna go. Two and two from Coons. Tapped into right field. On to make the play is Olsen at second. And 2 outs for Coons now. She'll go back to the top of the lineup with Trepanier.
That'll be 2 for 2 at the top of this third. Alexa Coons looking to make it a 1-2-3 out again.
Yeah, that would be
three innings in a row.
Ooh, Coons bringing the heat, finding the outside part for a strike. Oh, 1 fouled back and ahead in the count again. 0-2. Trepanier singled up the middle, the first pitch of the game. Back in the first inning. Right up the box at Coons. Here's the 0-2 trying to get her. No, couldn't get her chasing outside. The stirrups for Valpo is what I like. It's what's consistent. Kind of reminds me of the Padres, just like the baseball team. Valpo stirrup socks here again for the softball team. The 1-2 comes. That one caught by Smith.
Absolutely beautiful catch.
And Coons will love it. So a 1-2-3 inning again. And the Lopes will be back to try and solve Kenzie Grossman.
And as we keep on running, the annual run to fight children's cancer is next Saturday, March 10th. Register for the 5K or 10K online at runtofightcancer.com. All proceeds are donated directly to the Phoenix Children's Hospital. I personally did it one time, and I'm not much of a runner.
But you can run or walk. That's the good thing, good part about it.
You can definitely take your time and support an absolutely amazing cause. You see families out there sometimes as well, supporting their children.
Well, as we look here to the Lopes bottom half, Kenzie Grossman, the Moorhead State transfer. 40 appearances in the first year, last year with Valpo. 28 starts, 20-12, which was 50th in the country in wins. 3 saves and a 3.05 ERA, striking out 120 in 165 innings. So living up to her name and understandably transferring from Moorhead State for some bigger competition.
Absolutely. As we look back at the top of the batting roster for the Lopes, Lorianne Olsen is going to go up to bat again.
Grounded out to short in at bat number 1. But pretty much everyone who hadn't struck out or walked grounded out for the Lopes so far. Getting it back, keeping it back. Quick is Stauffenberg. Almost, I'll tell you, every time almost Grossman goes back and turns her back. to the plate and touches that resin bag, and again, just barely anything on it, but Olsen's got enough speed. So they are not even able to get any power, but it doesn't matter. If you can leg it out, you'll take any way you can get on base.
Absolutely. All these choppers the Lopes have been hitting have been getting them on base. They've been effectively working, as Valpo's going to go to the mound and have a little chat with the coach here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know exactly what she's saying in there. She's saying, hey, this team can't hit you. They're not getting any power on it. It's expected in the infield. Bring the outfield in, have them expect little bleeders, but just have Grossman continue to do what she's doing, because she is dominating this GCU lineup, even though it doesn't necessarily seem like it statistically. Shea Smith, who basically bunt swung last time, but was able to get a single. Gets the strike, does Grossman on the first pitch.
That initial first at-bat strike oftentimes can set the tone for the way that the rest of that at-bat is going to go, but for Shea Smith, it doesn't seem to be so, as she looks as determined as ever, as that one is going to be a ball, one strike. Still no outs for the Lopes.
That's why you have such speed, and again doing it, just trying to tap swing it and kind of go with the flow here. And if you can't beat him, join him. I think that's the right mentality there for the Lopes. Can't really get anything behind your hits here, so why not just try and run them out? One, two from Grossman. That one swung on and fouled back.
Be nice to see some more of those powerful hits anyway, going in the direction of the outfield.
In between the two white lines, down first and third, the foul lines. That hitter foul, thankfully for her, as that one definitely not what she wanted, barely getting anything on it. And a lot of the times when you keep tapping out like that, it's because you're too far out in front or the pitches are outside, you're getting off the end of the bat, but I think they're just not being able to get contact because Grossman's pitching so fast. On the way, that one misses. Coming up is Stauffenberg, but Olsen is in check over there at first.
I'm going to say the same thing, Stauffenberg. Quick eye, paying attention to that first base runner.
2-2. Fouled back. Getting better on the contact there.
That was really, really close to hitting her.
And then they'll take that, though. They love a hit by pitch, but now it's 3-2, no one gone. We'll see what Olsen does over there at first. There she goes, hit and run. Ball fouled off into the batting cages. That's what you're going to see a lot more of, though, if the Lopes can get good contact. The faster the velocity of the pitch, the less you have to do to swing it and get it deeper into the outfield. So that is the one benefit of Grossman pitching this fast.
Yeah, once they find that sweet spot, just like that.
That one into left center field. Olsen's going to come around second. Smith to second, standing up, and it's second and third, and there's the first solid contact for the Lopes on the day.
Like we were just saying, as soon as they find that sweet spot, that ball is going to go flying out there, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Yes, sir. Shea Smith crushing that one, and opposite field too, but that's understandable because of how fast Grossman's pitching. And now a chance to open this thing up, second and third with Sierra Smith stepping in.
Sierra sitting at 1 for 1 right now as well as she got on base that first time.
Yeah, by way of the infield single to short, Lawton came up with it and held it with no throw. That one into left field, foul. Infield in for the run, and understandably so because of the contact the Lopes have been hitting, but all you need is a little bleeder on the fringe of the dirt or the grass, and you've got at least one.
The Lopes are in a really strong position right now as well, as we still are sitting with no outs.
Stauffenberg is a good catcher. She is a very solid catcher back there. 1-2. Smith trying to stay alive. To second. Smith's coming home. Or Olsen's coming home, and they got her. No idea why you go. That is what you cannot do as a base runner. A huge mistake by Olsen. Pearson coming out to debate, but you got to know the infield's in. You do not go on contact on a ground ball in the infield, and that's exactly why Olsen just proved why. So gunned out, no runs, and now an out in first and third. You got to be smarter than that.
Very dangerous for Olsen as well. The catcher went down to tag her, hit her in the head, and knocked her helmet off. Very painful transition as well. You want to save that spot and load the bases up and give yourself in more of a sweet position.
Yeah. Thank you, Dewey. I agree there, but I guess they trying to be aggressive, and now an out. That one tapped to the Stauffenberg. No one's at first. She has to eat it.
There it is again. That miscommunication. Nobody at first base. Keeping somebody at first base is the main goal for anybody who swings, especially if it's a chopper. You need somebody to be at first base if you know that they're going to leave the ball right there and the catcher can throw it to the first baseman. The first baseman comes up to where the ball is at, where the catcher is sitting right in front of it. That leaves that spot wide open for them to stay on that base. And now the Lopes have the bases loaded, just like we were saying they should.
Not sure why Ramirez even came up for that ball in the first place. Way too shallow. She's got to stay and trust Stauffenberg back there. And also, Trepanier's got to get over there to second immediately when you see that. That is where she's covering. So huge mistakes by Valpo early, and foolish mistakes, really, as that pitch outside to Keaton.
And this puts the Lopes in an even better position than they were previously just in, with only one out and the bases loaded.
See what Keaton can do. Oh, that one almost hit her. Keaton really seems to crowd the plate, has a ton of pitches tight, and Grossman now visibly flustered. Here comes Stauffenberg to talk. You got to figure that giving up those weak little hits as a pitcher, it has to be frustrating because, you know, as a batter, you're not doing anything. You're just getting lucky and legging it out.
Right. And the Lopes are getting used to that pitching style now. They're getting used to
the speed, exactly.
The speed that at which she throws the ball down the plate. And given that they get used to it, they'll be able to hit the ball better, as that one comes as a strike. 3 balls and a strike now. But the faster, the more they get used to the ball coming down to the plate, then they'll be able to hit the ball with more strength, and they'll be able to send it down the field, giving them in positions like this a better advantage over the pitcher.
Oh, swung on and missed. You saw that twice, actually.
Wow.
In the GCU versus the CSUN and GCU game. I think one of the CSUN Matadors released the bat on a swing twice on 2 different at-bats. The GCU fans started booing because they thought, obviously, all right, come on, what's going on now? But that's just what happens when you swing too hard. On the way, tap to third, that one foul. But ready to come home right there was Burke, and you don't really have, you don't have anywhere to go if you're on the bases, but it's a good job by Valpo to know that and be aware.
Yeah, especially with Lopes having 1 out.
On the ground to third, nice play made. Home, safe!
And she's safe!
Infield single.
Bases stay loaded. Lopes now with 1 on the board in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, it was a nice play over there by Burke, but ranging to her left and going down to her knees, was not able to get up in time and make the throw home, even with the force. And now Nikki Gonzalez again steps in with the bases loaded, hoping to do something more than tap out to Grossman here.
Lopes still sitting on only 1 out. The bases are loaded with Shea Smith, Sierra Smith, and Lainey Gomez.
Oh and 1. That one low and away for the first ball.
In correction, that'll be the base loaded with Sierra Smith on 3rd, Lainey Gomez on 2nd, and Jordan Keaton on 1st. Nikki Gonzalez taking her time. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, well, Grossman's really started to lose her control and her dominance like she had. 45 pitches, 14 batters faced. Fouled off 2 and 2.
Grossman trying to recompose herself here. Kind of get back into the swing of things, but like you said, Alex, she's kind of lost the touches. Gonzalez fouls that one.
Yeah, Gonzalez has got to figure out the swing right now. Even her foul balls are just dinky little tappers, and down in the 6th spot, she's not going to get any higher with swings like this. 2 and 2. Tapped out again and thrown out at first. So a run comes in for Gonzalez, but again, just a weak grounder.
The first baseman, number 8, Bianca Bowley.
Lopes are lucky that happened with only 1 out. If it was the 2nd out going into the 3rd, that would have not counted, but the Lopes will gladly take that point, putting them up 2-0.
Swings and misses. That one hit opposite side. Good contact, though. Pitch misses outside. 1-0 or 1-1. First pitch fouled off, 2nd one misses. 3rd one swung on and missed off speed inside. 1-2.
It was a little close to the inside, almost hit her in the thigh.
1 and 2, 2 outs.
Another one.
Inside, tried to get it going inside, did not. Two and two, swung on and missed in the dirt. Throw on to first, and that'll do it. Runners stranded on second and third, but not before 2 runs come across. We'll go to the Valpo, top of the 4th. Don't go anywhere.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable.
Welcome back, top of the 4th. Alexa Coons looking to keep rolling here. And only at the 2 spot, Taylor Lawson here back in the order. GCU scoring 2 in the bottom half there. Dewey, Alexa is really, I should say Lexi's really setting them up well so far.
Absolutely, definitely. She's just paying attention. She's just getting more comfortable with herself. There's no other way I can really explain it, is that she's just becoming more comfortable with being up on the pitcher's mound and pitching towards opponent players, towards their catcher. Nikki Gonzalez down there catching.
Ooh, that one hit her. Actually, that was foul. That did hit off the nub. I thought it was too. It is foul. I saw that, I heard it.
But they're gonna give it to her. Definitely thought that was the nub of the bat.
Yeah, right? I just thought it sounded like that.
I feel like if that sound is, if you hear that sound after it makes contact with your elbow, it's probably a much more painful feeling than just bouncing up
right
and running to the base. But it must not have been what we thought it was. But now Valpo will have Taylor Lawson on first base, as Jamie Lawton is up to bat.
On the way, misses outside. That one misses. 2-0. Lawton batting .425, 850 slugging, 21 RBIs. Fake snap throw back, keeps her in check.
You saw this kind of like a setback, as Gonzalez is going to go up there and talk to Coons, but you saw this setback in the South Dakota game as well. Around the 4th, 5th inning, Alexa Coons was getting a little worn down, a little tired, as her arm probably gets wound up super tight. But she did make that comeback in that game to help the Lopes pull out that win. So maybe this is just, it just takes her a second to warm up. She gets a little tired, but she has to get herself over that threshold so that she can come through that, as that's third
and
ball
get her
now.
second win.
Yeah, get her second win for the game and come back. As she'll probably have to play a little bit in the second game after this as well.
3-1 after finding the strike zone with that pitch. Now on the way, that one misses. Ball 4, and 2 on base by way of the hit by pitch and a walk. No one in the pen. Well, just as we say that, there goes Mariah Valencia into the pen.
Catcher, Jenna Stauffenberg.
As Valpo's catcher, Stauffenberg comes up to bat.
4 spot, a big hitter. On to third, they got her!
As an out. What started off as kind of a uncertain play ended up as a beneficial thing for the Lopes, getting Lawson out at third base.
Well, it starts with the wherewithal by Gonzalez to know where the ball was, know the scenario, and get the throw over. 1 gone. Stauffenberg watches the second ball outside. Two 2-0 pitch, fouled off, and she was right on top of that one. Not a ball, strike, 2-1. On the way, that one in the dirt. Thought maybe she was going to swing at that one, but decided against it.
It looked like Stauffenberg was looking to go for the bunt earlier. Not sure if that's still where she's at.
I would say with the runner gone, no, that one finds the zone. 3-2 now, 1 gone.
Full count. Stauffenberg probably going to be looking to swing it and get the ball somewhere to get Lawton on second around either the third or, if she can, back home. And as we say right there, that gets caught.
Nice play made over there by Olsen at second, as a very weak Nubber will lead to the second out.
Number 1, Addie Burke.
And now Addie Burke steps in, a strikeout victim her the first time. The second time in a row, Stauffenberg has gone to second. Gotten out to second as the first swing is fouled back by Burke.
Smart choice by Coons.
Third baseman, freshman from Mesquite, Texas.
Not sure about the city of Mesquite, Texas, but I do know that favorite seasoning is mesquite.
I was going to say the same thing about that, Dewey. I just thought about having some mesquite on some food right now. Oh, my goodness. Mesquite, yeah, right? I mean, I know there's Mesquite High School in Arizona. Every time I think of that, I think of, mesquite barbecue. I don't chips, steak, ribs. I mean, anything.
And we're coming up on that Arizona summer weather as well, so we're getting ready for all those summer barbecues as well.
Fake bunt there. Back pick to second, not a smart choice.
Almost was a
errant throw, yeah.
Dangerous mistake.
51 pitches now for Coons. 13 batters faced. Burke squares to bunt again. She won't. 1-2, obviously. That one swung on and missed. Would have been a strikeout. Had there been no swing.
Coons trying to get that third out again.
Low and away.
She won't do it there, but 2 is all around. Runner on second base, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with Lopes up 2-0.
And the number 2 day of the week, Tuesday.
Wow.
In the dirt again, blocked by Gonzalez. It's kind of weird. The campus will kind of, you'll see some activity, and then you'll see it get empty for a little while, and then there'll be activity, and just the ebb and flow of the children going to classes.
Campus life is always
bustling.
A dynamic event of the day. 3-2 full count, 2 outs. Burke still at bat.
Looking to get Lawton home. Stabbed over there at third. Thrown on to first just in case. And the inning is over. So the Lopes will try and tack on more to this 2-0 lead.
Experience the joyous energy of Anything Goes, the latest musical from the College of Fine Arts and Production. Catch the show in Etherington Theater March 16th through 18th and 23rd through 25th. Tickets are available at gcu.edu/anything. And that just goes to another one of those arts that the Lopes do on campus that they put a lot of effort into, and they end up with really strong productions.
Yep.
Always fun to visit and go see what they have going on over there in the Etherington Theater.
Yeah, and Dewey, you're kind of involved with that program a little bit for, you know, other work other than GCU TV. The versatile man can can broadcast sports games. He could act on Broadway, or if you needed him to, he could be a news anchor covering the news stories. I mean, what can't you do?
I mean, if you really want me to try, I can go ahead and sing all the news to you as well.
Sing, okay, there you go too. Well, I didn't
sing all the weather updates for you.
Whew. I think we could probably make some time for that in the second game. I'm sure we could get a Twitter poll going, seeing if we want Dewey to sing or not. But starting it off here in the bottom of the fourth, number 4, Maddie Dowdle, a ground out to first, her first at bat, and fell victim of the good pitching for Grossman.
But they're a beautiful hit right there.
It's going to get to the wall on one bounce. Dowdle rounding first into second with a stand-up double to start off the inning.
Excellent start to the inning, like you said. That is the kind of push and the energy that the Lopes need to keep on moving forward. They're already up 2-0, and with Dowdle already on second, that'll be a huge start for the Lopes.
Yeah, now Taylor Kay, who struck out her first time, has a chance for an RBI. Kay only won this season, pretends to put down a bunt, does not do it. 341, 15 of 44, 12 runs scored.
As we look at Valpo's defense, it's very interesting seeing the comparison between them and the Lopes. They leave a lot of space open.
And again, a mistake.
4 players converge on the ball right there, leaving second completely empty and first and third with a player there with already people on them.
Yep, well, a complete and total mistake again by Valpo. You have to expect those plays to be made in Division I ball, and you get recruited to make the simple plays like that is now where you might see a pitching change, but how many times does it take them before they switch? 4 or 5 plays where the whole infield seems to charge the ball, and there's no one covering. Not to say the throw would have necessarily been made, but you can't do that as the new pitcher coming in is going to be Emily Richardson, the sophomore from Oak Park, Illinois.
It's just an interesting style of softball. You would think that there would be a little bit more team communication when the ball plops right down in front of the catcher, between the pitcher and the catcher. That is kind of their, you know, their area, their zone. But we had first and third players converge on that spot as well, while the shortstop moved to third, and while one of the outfielders walked into first.
Yeah, well, now a chance to extend this lead.
Lopes are definitely taking advantage of that scattered cluster defense that Valpo's giving off. And like you said, with runners on third and first with no outs whatsoever, the Lopes definitely have a prime opportunity right now to increase that lead.
And Lorianne Olson, who grounded out to short the first at-bat, and a weak single to the third baseman, or second at-bat, now looking to at least get an RBI. Olson, 3-11. That one fouls back. We would have caught it had there not been net.
Through the windows, of course.
Through the glass. Bunch of shattering glass. 0-1, none gone. First and third is the situation for GCU. That pitch outside, and Richardson even in the count, 1-1. On the way, high, cheese, strike two.
The ball just disappeared into the glove right there. Tough one for Lorianne Olson. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Velocity there, that one high, trying to get her to chase again. Did not swing on that. That's would have been a tomahawk swing. And now it's 2-2. On the way, swung on and missed. First out of the inning, and it's a K for the new pitcher, Richardson.
Shea Smith, the shortstop, coming up next to bat. She's got 1 out to deal with. A runner on third, Maddie Dowdle, and on first, Taylor Kay. Plenty of time, plenty of opportunities. Looking for a solid hit, but that is not one. That'll be the first strike for Smith.
Gotta quit hacking in, up and in. But nice decisions from Richardson. That one high, and good eye not to swing at that. One pitch, fly ball, shallow center field. Catch is made out there by Lawson, and a nice play with the sun up high and maybe in her eyes, but now 2 outs, and they got to get this, otherwise no run score and really a waste of an inning.
The third baseman, Sierra Smith.
Sister Sierra Smith up next. Lopes still in good scoring position. Maddie Dowdle sitting at third, just waiting for an opportunity. And she
That can be playable. Oh man, nice catch. That's a nice catch over there by Addie Burke. And the inning is over. And after getting runners on first and third with none gone, GCU squat, wastes it, and will go to the top of the 5th.
I'm Sarah. I'm a senior at GCU studying hospitality management. Since the program started, it's already grown so much. There's so many opportunities for students to be able to learn outside of the classroom. We have the golf course, we have the hotel, the restaurant. My professors are industry professionals. It makes me feel comfortable knowing that I'm being trained in relevant information. When you graduate from GCU with a hospitality degree, people know that you're prepared. I think it makes you better equipped to handle any situation. It makes you more valuable, especially here in Phoenix when there's so many opportunities. The best part about being a GCU student is just the fact that I'm in a community where everyone supports me and everyone wants to see me succeed. One of the things I love about GCU is just the importance they place on servant leadership. I serve in the children's ministry, teaching Sunday school. It's incredibly rewarding. GCU is helping me find my purpose.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Hannah Dabalski starts things off here in the top of the 5th inning, 2-0 so far, but plenty of time for either of these two teams to do anything. Of course, we've seen GCU can really essentially flip a switch and get as many runs as they want, but Valpo also a threatening team, and the Crusaders have been shut out this whole game so far, obviously.
Absolutely. 4 innings with no points. The Lopes scored 2 in the 3rd, and that's where we sit at 2-0.
Nice pitch to Dabalski, and therefore a strike on the off-speed pitch breaking ball. Oh, and 1. That one, oh, it would have been good if it was a little bit lower, but it's a ball, 1-1. Dabalski flew out to shallow center. Her first at bat. Batting .389. She's been crushing it. Second pitch, or third pitch, I should say, misses for the second ball.
That just goes to show another one of those mixed match pitches that Alexa Coons can throw. The previous one was a little slower. That one was a rocket straight down.
On the way in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Coons working a little more pace right now. Did she go? Yep. Rung her up. I think that was a strike either way. And that's the start Coons wanted here in the 5th.
Coons has done an incredible job this game, focusing her energy on really getting the ball down the middle, stopping the Crusaders from getting anybody on base, really.
Yeah, fly out to third, her first at bat by Callahan, and don't want to be the one to bring it up, but I guess I can since it's not necessarily, it can't happen since the first swing was a hit, but a no-hitter after the first pitch of the game for Coons thus far. That one inside, so subtract the first pitch of the game, and Coons is here in the 5th inning, 57 pitches later, with a no-hitter. On the way, lobbed in there for a ball. 3-0. Chance to give a base runner here. A race bunner. Backwards. 3-0. That one, oh, I thought she was going to call a strike there, but just misses inside, and there is the walk.
Like you said, Alex, sometimes those calls are really close, and you can never really tell unless you are that umpire. As Ramirez comes back up.
One out, a double play here would get him out of the inning. That one in there for a strike. 0-1 pitch inside for a strike. So too far on the plate is Ramirez, clearly, and after backing off, a strike is called on her. Squares to bunt, obviously won't. That one, no. And Gonzalez was trying to back pick, but decided against it now, 1-2. Getting ready to slap hit. On the ground, over to second, on to first, safe. Good job getting the lead runner though, and Ramirez hits into a fielder's choice.
Good look by Bowling though, like you said, to go after that lead runner and potentially make that a double play, but that lead runner is the priority to keep them as far away from circling the bases.
Yeah, especially now that they're protecting a 2-run lead here. I mean, conceivably, only 2 1/3 innings left for Coons to get through this game with 17 batters faced, 70 pitches, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and only 1 hit.
Now batting for the Crusaders, number 18, Taylor Bowman.
Taylor Bowman steps in as the pinch hitter for the Crusaders. Taylor Bowman. Bowman, a sophomore from Frankfort, Illinois.
Taylor Bowman batting .500, but like we said before, it all is up to the at-bats, and she's been at bat 4 times.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Well, I mean, 2 hits of and 4 at-bats, obviously. It's tough to keep up a batting average that high.
Sitting on 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Alexa Coons looking to try to finish this inning off and give the Lopes another chance, as she does right.
That one swung on and missed, strike 2.
Strike right there, yeah.
Very nicely in. 2-2-2, runner on first base. 2-0 is the score. Coons around 75 pitches. So some hesitation now, and Coons ready to go. Fly ball, that should end the top half as Bowling makes the catch, and it does. 2-0 GCU lead as they get another crack in the bottom of the 5th.
GCU TV's latest TV series is here to answer your questions. Watch new episodes of Ask GCU every week on youtube.com/GCU and tweet all of your GCU related questions to hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured. Recently had a part in creating some of that Ask GCU content, and I can definitely attest to the creativity and absolute fun it is being part of that group as well. Lots of questions come in for Ask GCU, and just getting all your GCU related questions answered certainly has made life being a student here much easier.
Dewey, what do you, a lot of videos out there. What's your favorite Ask GCU video? I mean, yeah, you know, you live on campus, you got to give me the rundown.
Probably I would say my favorite Ask GCU question is just the one figuring out what to do, what underrated things to do on campus are. There's always something new on campus. There are a lot of events going on, but what people don't realize is that there are places like Thunder Rally where we do have our own bowling alley and everything like that, and you have, you know, your frozen yogurt on campus. You can take long night walks and just enjoy the beautiful Arizona weather, especially this time of year.
Yep, not to mention all the intramurals and everything. Sports you can play if you're not on, obviously, one of the NCAA teams. As Gomez takes that one for the first ball, 1-0. On the way, outside, ball 2. Good eye, that one looked good at first. Two and 0 pitch, fly ball on to second base, and Trepanier has it for the first out of the inning.
And that'll be that first out. But Jordan Keaton up again.
Keaton walked and an RBI infield single, the one to third. The throw was in time. Still, I should say not in time. And as a result, not a fielder's choice, a single. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed 0-2. And good job by Richardson coming in and throwing strikes early.
It's good for Keaton to be fifth batter in this lineup for sure as well.
Swung on and missed. Keaton strikes out, and now it seems like Richardson's really dealing.
Absolutely. Jordan getting that experience being up at bat.
Look at your number 26,
Now Nicky Gonzalez, who tapped to the pitcher and tapped to third base, not even back to the mound, so we'll see if she can get something more than that, but just could not hit Grossman at all. On the way, that one's fouled and right off the inside of the hands. She's grabbing her hands. That one hurts a little bit, definitely.
Like you said, Alex, you can see that she really wants to do something with the ball this time. Both pitches to her, she's swung at, fouled both of them, but you can see the eagerness in her eye with her wanting to do that. That one's going to be a ball, so a ball and 2 strikes on the board. Lopes with 2 outs.
0-2. And the 1-2 outside misses for the second ball. 2-2-2. 2-0. Second game was slated to start at 3. Obviously, it will probably start around 3:30 because you have to get a half hour. That one is going to be fair, and it's over the wall for a ground rule double.
That's exactly what she wanted. A significant improvement. Gonzalez in the right spot, right mindset this time.
Caitlin Acton comes on to pinch run for Gonzalez. This is a big run. Obviously put it at 3 instead of 4. And so, like I was saying, it's going to not start at 3 because they need a half hour, I think. Unless these two teams are playing again, so they're just going to play right through. Usually in a tournament, you need the other team needs a half hour to warm up, so.
Right.
But here's Bianca bowling. Ground out to the pitcher and a strikeout, and that one now is, ooh.
Just right in front of us.
Could have been a nice catch. Guy was getting ready to throw the ball at somebody. I'm not sure.
It looked like he was trying to throw it through the window at us.
It's like, calm
See
down
if we
there,
wanted
guy.
the ball, but
he was just looking to throw it at somebody, I guess.
got a little excited.
That one's going back. Caught out there in left to end the inning. We'll go to the top of the sixth. The Lopes hold on 2-0.
GCU 2. The Crusaders 0.
My name is Anthony Perez, and I earned my master's in education at Grand Canyon University. I feel that the degree program at GCU definitely got me ready and prepared me to be an agent of change, so that way I can lead my classroom to find innovative ways of solving the problems in education in the state of Arizona. Grand Canyon University definitely has a vibrant campus that has many resources that are accessible.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Coons takes the mound for the sixth inning, and the Lopes have the lead 2-0 after really it's been a defensive battle so far except for one inning, but see what they can do here.
Yeah, the Alexa Coons definitely has been fairly consistent. Like you said before, she's had no hits except for that very first.
Yeah, yes,
at the beginning of the game.
9 hits to 1. On the way, that one outside misses for a ball.
As we're back at the top of the batting lineup for Valpo. Chapanier is going to sit on a ball and a strike.
.78 pitches for Coons. So that one misses, and now this Valpo team starting to make her throw a lot more pitches. That one lined into left field and good for a base hit. So she is on again with a hard hit, and the only one with hits today for the Valpo Crusaders.
She's going to say that exact same thing. She's been the only Crusader to effectively hit one of Coons' pitches and stay on base. Taylor Lawson is going to come up to bat next as we continue down the roster.
That one misses outside. Lawson sack bunted first at bat and then was hit by a pitch and was thrown out on the base paths. Tapped, that'll be foul, I think. Yes. Taken almost fair, but it turned out that it was in foul territory, as I suspected it may have been.
Still a solid practice play for Haviu for the Lopes, as that would have been an out if it were fair.
One and one. Tapped again, almost the same spot there.
Lawson with that kind of under hit, either trying to make it a grounder or get it some air and get into that right field area.
On the way outside, that's a ball.
Two balls, two strikes. Lawson still going, looking to connect with this one.
That one misses, so it'll be 3-2 now.
Alexa Kuhn still continually doing well up at the pitcher's mound.
Fouled off to the same spot. Staying alive here with no outs.
We're sitting on a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Crusaders still only with one person on first base, Trepanier. Another foul hit.
Yeah, that one back right to us as she continues to stay alive. Would have been through the glass had the netting not been there. That would have been right back to us. I mean, perfectly.
More so right back to me. It was directly in front of my area right here.
Well, I would have fought you to catch it. Stuck my glove out. That walked her. Now a threatening position for Valpo as Jamie Lawton 3 spot comes in.
Gonzalez, the catcher, is going to go up. They're going to have an infield team meeting. Try to help reestablish themselves, get Alexa back on page, get some of the infielders back on track and refocused so that they can keep this 2-0 lead over the Crusaders.
First and second, ready for a bunt. Coons now struggling to find the zone. She keeps missing outside. You got to make the adjustment. One and 0, swung on and missed.
That little teaser pitch right there got her to nip at that one. 2 strikes for Coons right now.
85 pitches.
And that'll be a
strikeout. Wow.
That'll do it. That'll be the first out. And another K for Alexa Coons.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's just me, but I was not expecting a punch out there. Were you? It's the hesitation. I thought she was getting ready to call a ball.
The way that ball kind of just curved over the plate as well. Definitely looked like it was going to be a little inside, and that'll be.
Stauffenberg has grounded out to second each at bat. Catcher batting cleanup has not been able to get a hold of Coons thus far. On the way, swung on and missed. 0-2 now, and good job getting ahead in the count. Now she's got a pitch or two to waste. Try to get chasing.
Whatever happened in that little mound meeting definitely resulted in a new and improved Alexa Coons. just in the last few minutes.
0-2, not chasing that one. Good pitch, though.
Coons taking plenty of time, playing the game at her own pace.
Swung on and missed. Struck her out.
Strike out by Alexa Coons.
Nice. Nice pitch by Coons right there, and that is how you do it when you give up base runners. First and second, no outs. She struck out 2 in a row, and now threat is almost not eliminated. I want to say eliminated, but not eliminated. It's decreased severely.
And that'll total 4 strikeouts for Coons in this first game as Gonzalez throws a second.
Not a smart play to throw down there with 2 outs. She gets too excited and maybe starts to make some plays that she doesn't use her head with, but that is absolutely not the throw with 2 outs and a game this close. Swung on and missed again.
There must be some magical touch she's putting on the ball because
she looks good.
Every other swing is straight down the middle. Two strikes and 2 outs. Coons looking for potentially another one.
Oh, I thought that was going to get her.
It was close.
One and 2. 2 outs. Second game will start a prompt 30 minutes after the end of this one. Probably around 3:30, 3:45, if I were to guess, but 2-2 fouled off. Thought she struck out the side there. Job staying alive.
The ball was just underneath her swing. So Burke was going to go for that one, but swung a little too high. Just nicked it off the edge of the bat.
Line into left, and they're bringing her home. Score, so the run will score, and with 2 outs, Coons will give up an RBI single into left field.
And that getting on base for Crusaders Trepanier got her all the way around. Took her some time, but she did make her way around for that point. And the Lopes are up by 1 now, 2-1 against the Crusaders.
Yeah, they're going to need some insurance or need to switch pitchers for the top of the 7th if Coons, assuming Coons can get through here. On the way.
Gonzalez looking to see if she can get one of those outs from the second or first base runners.
There you got to think of the good old saying risk reward. The risk and the reward is not combined, not even close to each other. That one heading back. Caught out there in foul territory. And we'll go to the Lopes bottom half. We'll see if they can answer.
You're invited to the WAC tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. Catch all 14 games March 7th through the 10th. Tickets are available at gculopes.com. And it's been an interesting, fantastic time to see men's and women's basketball teams both positioned at third going into the tournaments.
Yeah, and we've been talking about all week the support that GCU can expect in Vegas is going to be exciting, and especially for the other team, that's going to give GCU the advantage.
I'm sure the Havocs are planning on making an appearance there as well. Like you said, giving the support for the Lopes, both men's and women's basketball teams, as this is a big year for them. First year tournament eligible, and we're seated at third place for both. It's definitely a huge step up for the Lopes this year for basketball.
Yeah, unbelievable turnaround for women's basketball among the tournament in Vegas. We'll see how they can do. Maddie Dowdle leads this one off. Dowdle grounded out to first, and then a double into left center field that would end up bringing her around to score. Foul back.
Since being put in, Richardson with 22 pitches so far and 2 strikeouts.
Not one floating up there for a ball. So this game sitting at 2-1 in favor of GCU. The Lopes 12-10, Valpo 9-4. And another matchup 30 minutes after the last pitch of this one.
As we're looking at the field again, you can kind of see the difference with the Crusaders' defense. As that one's fouled up high again. That's 3 balls and a strike. But there is no one covering that middle of the field area nearby second base. It's kind of like a whole complete open zone.
A lot of room. That one's going to be a strike. Now 3-2, but a gapper would certainly be welcomed here for GCU. On the way, missed ball 4.
Pitch runner for GCU, number 7, Taylor T-Tone.
Taylor T-Tone going to be a pinch runner on first base.
Taylor K is stepping in as the Taylors up. Taylor on first and Taylor in the box. Bunt down, nice. Over to first, K is thrown out. T-Tone obviously moved over, and the sack complete.
That'll be the first out, but smart play getting Taylor T-Tone over to second. Taylor's got the wheels. She's fast. So if they get her in scoring position, that could be another run for the Lopes, giving them a little bit more of insurance in securing the victory over the Valpo Crusaders.
Now Olsen comes to the bat. Strikeout her last time up, but looking for an RBI here. That one popped up. Is it going to get into? It is in foul territory and out of play. One and one. Olsen looking to get T-Tone home. Looking at the outfield, and where the gaps are and knowing what will happen if it's hitting certain spots. Pitch on the way. That one's going to miss.
It's going to be another ball.
Two one. That one into center field. Oh, into left field. I guess that one was trailing more. From when I saw it, it seemed that Lawson was going to take it, but then Taylor Bowman, the new left fielder, ended up coming in to take it. So
Kerr had a little bit of a curve to it as it was looking as it was going down center, but curved on its way out there towards left.
That's that's Morgan Madeline still out there. Remember, she was pinch hit forward. Taylor Bowman came in, but Madeline's still out there in the field, and now comes Shea Smith.
Lopes still with Taylor T-Tone on second base, but with 2 outs.
Swung on, fouled back on top of that one. Ooh, that one off speed, took some off, and it floated really high, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. 2-1 the score. Fouled.
With the position that we're in, you kind of wonder if Taylor T-Tone, with as fast as she is, might try to sneak off and steal the third, give herself a stronger position to score with 2 outs.
Well, yeah, that would certainly allow a pass ball to score. This one to left, and underneath it is Madeline, and it is over. So we will go to the top half of the 7th, see if Valpo can tie it up.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
Welcome back to the GCU Softball Stadium. You're here at the top of the 7th where the Lopes will get their chance to hold out some more defense against Valparaiso and see if Valparaiso can come back and try to tie it up. Alexa Coons still at the pitcher, pitching over 100 pitches today, 101 to be exact. The first pitch is going to be a ball. Up for Valpo, Gabby Magnifico, number 77, batting for the first time today. As that ball is really inside, almost hits her. That'll be ball 2.
Trying to get the comeback here. See if they can do it. That would be certainly a exciting and momentum-filled inning for Valparaiso if they could do it. Coons trying to shut him down. Flied into right field. Catch is made, and there's one out.
Good catch. And Taylor Kay all the way out there in the right field. Two more of those, and the Lopes will have this game in the bag.
Pinch hitter coming in. Brenna Boyle will come in to hit.
Valparaiso giving a couple of other batters on their roster an opportunity. We saw just before this, number 77, Gabby Magnifico, and now Brenna Boyle, number 7, getting the opportunity to go.
That one in there for a strike. Just keeping it going. Oh, 1 pitch, swung on into left field. That one's going to drop. So a pinch hitter comes on and gets it done. Now Morgan Madeline. Are they gonna pinch run? Yes, they are going to pinch run. Stephanie Moreno comes in. She will run for Boyle.
Valpo kind of mixing up their strategy a little bit, being so close at the top of the 7th with ample opportunity to tie it up or get in the lead. Adjusting.
Bunt, pop, bunt, no,
almost
dropped.
a catch. Excellent, excellent attempt by Nikki Gonzalez, but just missed it. So that'll be the first strike right there.
Force out on, though, at second or first. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Coons would love a strikeout right here.
Coons sits with 4 strikeouts for the whole game, and there,
5.
There's
Make
another
it
one
5.
right there. We saw that attempt out at first. She's still safe.
Number 11, Carly.
But you're right, Alex. That is 5 strikeouts for Alexa Coons.
Carly Trepanier steps in, trying to do anything here for the Crusaders. Down to their final out. On the way into center field, going back, catch is made.
That was absolutely beautiful.
And the Lopes win. The first of a doubleheader goes to GCU on a run-saving catch to left center field. And GCU has won 2-1.
Lainey Gomez with that beautiful catch to end out this game, this first game against the Valparaiso Crusaders. The Lopes come out 2-1, like you said.
Yep, we'll be back in action in a half hour, and same teams. We will see you then.